Math video question by Niyati and Gani. So this was our question. We had to determine if these two lines were perpendicular. Now the first thing that went through our minds when we saw this question was that in order to determine if two lines are perpendicular, we can use their direction vectors and find the dot product of the direction vectors. Because for, if the dot product is 0, then the two lines will be perpendicular. So first what we did was we realized that these two lines are in symmetric form. So first we wanted to put them into vector equation form so that we can easily determine their direction vectors. So we know that this is equal to s, and this is equal to the constant s, and this is equal to the constant t. So first we'll take line 1 and put it into parametric form. And so here are the three parametric equations, and we can easily find these three parametric equations by doing some simple algebra, because we know that each of these is equal to s, so then we can just do 2s plus 1 is equal to x, 3s plus 2 is equal to y, and so on. And we can do this with both of these lines, and we can determine the 6 parametric equations, 3 for each of the lines. Now, once we have the parametric equations, we can easily determine the vector equations, because we know that this is going to be our direction vector coordinates, and these are our coordinates for the point on the line. So here is the point on the line, and here is our direction vector. This is for line 1, and this is for line 2. So now that we've got our direction vectors, we can now find the dot product.
So we know that finding the dot product of two lines can tell us if it's perpendicular if the dot product is equal to 0. This is because when two lines are perpendicular, they are angled, they have an angle of 90 degrees, and the cosine of 90 degrees is 0. And when put into the dot product equation, magnitude of A times magnitude of B, cosine 90, is equal to A dot B, it will tell us that the dot product of the two equations, of the two lines, vectors, is equal to 0. So the direction vector for line 1 is equal to 2, 3, negative 2, as we determined previously. And the direction vector for line 2 is 1, 2, negative 2. So in order to determine the dot product, we can simply multiply the x, y, and z coordinates for each of the lines and add them. Now, since we can do simple math and determine if the dot product of these two lines is equal to 0. So negative 2 plus 6 minus 4 is equal to 0. And since the dot product of these two direction vectors of the two lines is equal to 0, the lines are perpendicular.
The end.